"You killed your mother twice over, you know," said grandmother. She pinched my cheek ironically and chewed on her gnarled old pipe stem. Grandmother seemed to get more from rolling it around between her white teeth than from the scant smoke that leaked out. I sat still in the dirt at her feet and rubbed my cheek where her thumbnail had left a deliberate indent. "You killed her first, of course, with your birth, when you selfishly tore your way out, making your poor mother bleed so much." Grandmother removed the long wooden pipe and curled her papery lips to luxuriously exhale a small amount of smoke. I nodded slowly. I meant to show I was listening, but it looked like I agreed. "And you killed her again 2 days later, when she, weakened and bloodless as she was, learned from your father's visions that you would never possess the gift." I nodded again from where I sat, looking up at grandmother as she noisily replaced the pipe between her teeth. Her hard face, the small tattoo above her left eyebrow peeking out from her scarf, and her thin old nostrils full of char. "Maybe," I hazarded in a squeak, "maybe she only died from the bleeding? Maybe I only killed Mama once?" Grandmother looked down at me, then closed her eyes as though she need see nothing else ever again. "Finally," grandmother sighed. "She admits it." As she sat back in her red velvet chair, unmoving, I wondered if grandmother had died, if she had savored a last bit of happiness after I admitted the evil I'd done in this world, and then, pleased with herself, expired. If only. Had I the gift, I might have known better. I might have known that as I passed through the years, I would do so with grandmother always at my back, remaining stubbornly, infuriatingly alive and lucid. 2 of those decades later, I was 27 and still sitting in the dirt at the foot of her chair, from which the velvet was all gone. Grandmother was unchanged since the day she told me I twice murdered my mother, except that her pipe was empty and unlit. She couldn't smoke anymore, said it made her cough too much. So she spent her days chewing the cold pipe stem and spitting. Grandmother was my father's mother, and she cared for him above all else. Nothing ever seemed good enough for her son, and so we couldn't understand how she had come to genuinely love and miss her daughter-in-law. But she did, fiercely.